I'm Roger and welcome to the shop. If this is your first time here, I cover a whole bunch of different things. I not only do woodworking, but there's some little bit of metalworking, and there's maybe some engine repair or just all kinds of little shop projects. The shop is mainly for woodworking, but I do a lot of other stuff in here too. We'll talk about here, if you happen to have seen my video about redecking the utility trailer, I jokingly said on there that because I couldn't get my big stick welder out because my forklift doesn't start, which is another project's going to be coming up, but I needed to re-weld the deck on the back, and that expanded metal had come loose from the angle iron, and I didn't want to put wood on the back because it'd become a wind drag. So I jokingly said that the wife would have something to say about buying a MIG welder. Well, she didn't really care, so I bought one. And what I got was the Forney, and it's really light. No, seriously, it's just a box. The Forney 140MP. It does stick, MIG, and TIG. I'm not a TIG welder. I've never TIGged before, but I've done a lot of stick welding. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, I was actually certified to weld at nuclear plants in the electrical trade. And I had done a lot of welding out in the field, outside, in the wintertime, galvanized, everything else, in some really nasty places back when I was much younger. It was all in industrial environments, and a lot of times I got to use MIGs, but they were 100% duty cycle, you know, really expensive Miller and Lincoln rigs. You had the shielding gas, you had unlimited amount of wire, unlimited amount of gas, so you kind of got spoiled. I never welded with flux core wire before. Yeah, it spatters a little bit, but if you reverse the polarity and run a DC negative, it really cuts the splatter down. At any rate, bought this so I could get that expanded metal welded back on, and nothing is better than donning a welding jacket and a hood and gloves when it's 90 degrees plus out with a heat index of near 100. But that's what I got to do today. So here's a little bit of welding. We'll see how this goes. How well does it work? It does good. This is a real test for it. I do not have clean metal. It's rusty. There's some paint on it. And I did do a little wire brushing ahead of time, but there's still a lot of scale and everything on here. And welding expanded metal to angle iron is not exactly simple either. You've got two very dissimilar thicknesses there. Yeah, what I'm doing is starting back on the angle iron, and as I work the puddle up, I work it up over the intersection of the expanded steel. And so far it's holding up real good. I'm using flux core wiring here. As I said, this is a good test for this little Forney machine. Yeah, the unit itself is actually quite light. It was very easy to set up, although I have, set up wire on MIG welders before, so this was nothing new to me. This is a little view of the front, and I know other people have done reviews on this, but the little hook here you can hang your MIG gun on the handle on the front. Switch at the very top there to switch between MIG, stick, and TIG. The knob on the left, the dial on the left, is for your voltage on MIG, and then the right-hand dial is for your wire feed speed. I just got done welding this expanded metal to 1/8 inch angle. You can kind of see what my settings are there. If you switch this to stick, the dial on the left will be just your amperage, and the dial on the right does nothing. The ground clamp that comes with it, yeah, I'm probably going to upgrade to a better brass one. It worked, but kind of sucked. A little door on the side over here, you open up to load your wire. No problem there. And walking around to the back of this, try to find the end of the cord. And there may be some background noise, and the lighting may not be the best because I'm in the sun. Comes with an adapter. It's got a 20 amp plug on it, which I use. I just stuck the 15 amp adapter back on it so I didn't lose it. But overall, nice little rig. Doesn't weigh very much, easy to move. And I'll take you out here and show you how the welds ended up. Well, this ought to be interesting. I'm looking right into the sun. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but a lot of these pieces of expanded metal had broke. And this side here wasn't too bad. This side over here had been pushed out all the way down at the bottom. I really don't know how well this is going to show up being black. After I got done welding this, I went through, wire brushed it, and then painted it black so it wouldn't rust. But this whole bottom here had pushed down, and a lot of the wires were broken, so I had to kind of make them back up as I welded. So some of the welds aren't real pretty, but it's functional. Okay, got the jacket off and everything, and kind of cooled off a little bit here. I'm not going to do a how to weld video. I'm absolutely not an expert. I'm adequate, let's put it that way. Some of the things that come with that Forney welder, you get this operating manual, which is in multiple languages if you're bilingual or multilingual, but it's very detailed. It's written in good English. A lot of the stuff that's made in China is what I call English, and it doesn't make any sense when you read it, but whoever wrote this did a good job. It also comes with a couple of reference cards, one for stick and one for MIG, and and TIG. And they also come in multiple languages. But okay, so overall, yeah, I'm happy with it. It wasn't really all that expensive. I said I'd never welded with flux core wire before, and there is quite a bit of spatter with it, but I did know that if you ran negative polarity to the gun, so you're basically welding a DC negative, that it greatly reduces the spatter. Something I learned even with stick welding way back when I was working overhead. But that's all I'm going to cover on this. Not going to go into great detail on it. It's hotter than blazes today, and maybe you're wondering what all that crap was on the trailer. I had a 1969 John Deere 140 tractor, a lawn tractor, that had front and rear live hydraulics and a PTO. It had a rear tiller on it. I sold that along with all these other accessories. And what's on the trailer is a disc and the spring tooth harrow and the mower decks, the front blade, which is live hydraulics. It's a great little thing to plow snow with, but I didn't need 3 tractors. 2 of them's enough. So I had a friend that needed one just like this, so I sold that to him, and he lives quite a ways away, so we're taking this stuff up there in multiple trips. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. You hit that subscribe button right underneath the video, and just to the right of that is a bell. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified when we post another video. Until the next one, thanks for watching.